Program. This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen Program on GJRB Online.
All right, back on the air. Gary Russen Program here on GJRB. And a lot of different things are going to be this segment I got coming up. This one here, I'm going to pretty much be putting the show to bed after the next part. My closed circuit in 107.9 will be going to the NCAA tournaments. But we're going to stay here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker for one more segment. And I'm glad to be with me. The Gary Russen Program on GJRB. This is our wrap-up, next to the wrap-up segment. So I thought what I would do is go into some interesting news and stuff. There's a posting, I watched the news. They were saying that I guess some astronauts went up today. And don't know much about that one. So I just heard that on the news on the local end here today. Let's see what we got here. Going down the social media as a picture here, going back to, it's like 1981 high school football team photo leaves a little doubt for Michelle Obama, who was born Michael. Who posted that one? Louise Liguori, a conservative. Okay. Alright. And the WW3 alert. It's just posted by the End Time Headlines. WW3 alert. Russia to supply Mexico with arms to retake the Southwest. U.S. Arms to retake the Southwest U.S. And if Obama sends weapons to the Ukraine, now if he sends weapons to the Ukraine, according to this story, I guess World War III would break out. It's a big red flag. It's according to End Time Headlines. Mexico, Ukraine, Mideast World War III may have gotten ever so closer. With a couple of developments that is big news. First is the Saudi Arabia has been entering the Yemen civil war on the side of the government ISIS bombing. And this is Houthi rebel positions. This is big, and it's in itself. This is a Russia. This is an alert. This is late breaking stuff, folks. The attacks, which began at 2 a.m. local time on Thursday in Yemen, hit military aircraft in Sands International Airport. The thud of explosions and a crack of heavy gunfire echoed across the sky. Residents of Al-Di Al-Jabar, Saudi Arabia's ambassador to Washington, told reporters that the 6 Gulf countries and 4 other nations were participating in the military operation. The U.S. military wasn't involved, he said, and the implications are enormous. What's this? Who are the other 4 countries? All I know right now is Egypt is one of them, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Bahrain, Qatar, and Kuwait, among others. And when World War III occurs in the Europe and Pacific, I guarantee the Middle East will also have a major front from Iran. So, full report available on endtimeheadlines.org. Oh boy. That's from my posting on my Facebook page. Going down a bit. Get this. This comes from our Pittsburgh station, Channel 11. A 7-year-old. Why did he leave the kids alone? 7-year-old says high and tight haircut. He's being suspended for sporting a military haircut. Believe this. This is happening, folks. Sporting a military haircut, he has been suspended. See? Here we go. The communist rule once again. Imagine that. Anyway, let's go up the page a bit. I'm going to check a few more things. Then I'm going to visit Twitter. All you out there in Radio Land enjoying our show on Twitter, follower, all you got to do is follow me on Twitter. I'm the Radio Maniac, and you'll see the radio emblem on the page there. Very simple. And you can go right there and put your post in there and see what you think. Because this is just getting interesting, folks. I'm telling you right now, it's getting interesting. And let's see. Tomorrow, Gary J's sports page. And it's going to wrap it up pretty much on the closed circuit end right now. We're about closing up on the closed circuit end. But I'm going to continue on Spreaker for a little while longer. Close to 5 o'clock. And then we're going to put it close to it. Because my cold has not really let me, really talk all that much. So kind of like easing up a little bit. I had some cough drops, but that only works for a while. But this cold, once it passes, I think I'll have better shows. This cold's always run me down. And this is no exception. This one really is putting me on the block here. But I will be having one more final part of the Gary Russen program coming up, and we'll do sports page and all that stuff. And I'm going to see later on. Like I told you before, I need to look at the phone itself, know where I can grab it to the speakers part of it, and then we'll announce our phone number on the air and see if there's anybody out there listening. Now, as I was looking here, I'm going to go into my profile again. Okay, 00. But I'm going to keep checking. Had one hit on my last part. So, who's ever out there listening, howdy. Hope you're listening to the Gary Russen program today. And, like I said before, I have a cold, which doesn't make things much easier. So I'm kind of like laxing it a little bit. And then the next time I get together on the Gary Russen program, I'm going to bring the cell phone in. And I'm going to take phone calls. Probably been about the first half hour. The beginning of after the second half hour. And I'm adding a Gary Russen program on... probably sometime in April. Don't know exactly when, but I'm going to add another show in April, which I'm going to add another Gary Russen program there. So be aware of that, and I'm going to do that. But right now, closed circuit listeners I'm going to leave you right now. But if you are a internet user, come on the board, www.spreaker.com, and just put in GJRB in the search engine. It should get you there, and you can get on my public site and listen live right there. So other than that, that's going to probably wrap it up for the closed circuit ad. Tomorrow, I will be on the air at 1 o'clock Central for Gary J's Sports Page. And we're going to talk right up to Cubs baseball. Tomorrow, the Cubs are on GJRB FM. low-powered 9-foot signal. So you'll want to tune in for that. Chicago Cubs baseball. So hang in there for that. It's coming up. That's good. And I'm going to be right back on Spreaker here in just a few moments with more of the Gary Russen Program. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online. The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russen Program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news. True news. News that's not in the mainstream. On GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. Uploaded as the podcast Saturday, May 2nd on GJRB.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website purely devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online is up and coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen Program on GJRB Online.
All right, we're back on the air here on GJRB, Gary Russen Program on our Freestyle Friday edition. Kind of laid back a little bit now, kind of relaxed a little bit tonight, and have a little bit of fun. One more half hour after this, and then we're going to close it up for today. And tomorrow will be our sports page show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking at some of the articles and stuff that we're going to go to, and you might want to check that out. It's coming up next tomorrow, and it'll lead. Now, this will be heard on my closed circuit end, on the 9-foot end, because it leads into the Chicago Cubs baseball game. And we'll be on the air live, and that'll be long about 1 o'clock Central Time. So tune in for that, leading right up into the Cubs. We're going to do that once in a while with Sports Page. for people listening locally on the 9-foot signal, which we're not on no more because we just turned it over to local news.